So after losing 5 of their last 6 games, the Boston Celtics came into Oracle Arena and gave the champions a beating, Chris. 128-95, and it was Gordon Hayward's 30 points off the bench that led the way. Chris, you haven't seen that from Gordon Hayward. I mean, we've seen him score 30 points against the Minnesota Timberwolves. He did it twice, but the way he went about it against the Golden State Warriors, though, was something we have never seen before. What was it about his game that you saw that made him so focused and easy to get points in such a hurry?
I mean, he looked confident. He looked comfortable. He looked confident. And I think a lot of his, more productive games this season, he started off strong. And when he starts off strong, he gets off on the right foot. He can kind of take off from there. And I mean, he was phenomenal tonight. He was efficient. His off-ball movement was great. But I also think it was the energy from the whole team that kind of sparked his performance. I mean, you had him playing on the ball, you had Marcus Smart playing on the ball, you had Terry Rozier on the ball, of course Kyrie Irving. So it was the flexibility that it gave Brad Stevens, and Gordon Hayward's a really smart player. So when a lot of guys are moving, a lot of guys are functioning at a high level like that, he can move off the ball, cut off the ball, and take advantage of double teams, and he did that tonight. He was phenomenal. You saw the Celtics starter come out to a 11-0 run. They really got the game going, got the momentum swinging, and then the bench comes in. You got guys like Jaylen Brown and, of course, Gordon Hayward just sort of picking things up right where the starters left off. It was the kind of game that we expected to see from the Celtics, but we weren't quite sure if we were going to see it against the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, I mean, everyone was thinking maybe a 3-1 road trip, and this would be the one, right? But, I mean, no Klay Thompson helped because that allows Marcus Smart to solely key in on Steph Curry, and then on the Celtics offensive side, they don't have Klay against Kyrie, and so that helps a lot. Either way, the Celtics took full advantage. I mean, their ball movement was phenomenal, like I said before. Their off-ball movement was perfect. It was as good as I've seen in a long time, and it's all about those vibes, man. That's what Brad Stevens said before the game. The vibes have been better in the last couple days than they have been in a very long time, and you could tell they were relaxed. The bench right behind us was up for the majority of the second half when they were up by 30 points for a lot of the time. So despite the blowout, the energy was there. It was a end-to-end win. It was the first end-to-end loss for the Warriors at home since March of 2006. So they didn't have the lead once tonight. It's the first time they've done that here at Oracle since 2006. So not a bad win for the Celtics. Not bad at all. And this segment, of course, is brought to you by BetOnline.ag. Head over to CLNSmedia.com/win and enter the promo code CLNS50. You'll get 50% off on your first deposit. That is CLNS50. Head over to CLNSmedia.com/win. Chris, I'm glad you brought up Klay Thompson because Steve Kerr didn't want to hear any of that noise after the game. Of course, a question was brought up to him about what Klay Thompson means to them on the defensive end of things, and he said, look, if Klay Thompson were to play this game, and if he were to make a big difference in this game, he'd have to have one hell of a game to overcome everything that the Warriors overcame against the Celtics. Yeah, there was no way the Celtics were going to lose this game with the way they came out and with the way Golden State came out. I mean, Brad Stevens phrased it as a clunker. He, throw it in the clunker category for Golden State. The Celtics have had plenty of those in the past, and so it was just one of those nights. And I mean, Jaylen Brown hinted at it. Kyrie hinted at it. This was not their best night. And Jaylen said, I wouldn't want to play them tomorrow. But the fact is they played them tonight, and they blew them out of the building. So maybe this is what jumpstarts the Celtics. Who really knows? But it's a great way to start off a tough road trip, honestly. And coming off of some pretty shaky losses, this was much needed. Absolutely. 128-95 was the final score here at Oracle Arena, as this was, believe it or not, the worst loss at home for Steve Kerr and the Warriors. We'll see what the Celtics can do from this point forward. Of course, the road trip continues on to Sacramento. Chris Grenham is going to be there. I'm going to be there. We'll be doing our thing. We're doing our Cali trip thing here, Chris, and we're having one hell of a good time, aren't we? Let's go. De'Aaron Fox tomorrow night. Let's do it. Oh, yeah, that's your boy. You can't wait to see De'Aaron Fox. I can't wait. That's my guy. Let's go. So you get to see him gush over his boy, De'Aaron Fox, in Sacramento. Of course, keep it here for CLNS Media. We got you covered with plenty of coverage from California.